29 Bridges is in the house, a new pop-up, and we've got pattern ideas. So I've got all sorts of things to show you here. I'm Cadence Kidwell, proprietress at Fuzzy Goat in downtown Thomasville, Georgia. We are so fortunate that these lovely dyers trust us with their yarns. A pop-up is when they send us more yarns than we could possibly order in colors all at one time. We couldn't possibly order all of this at once. But they send it to us, trusting us to sell them and give them to you in a limited time. And then we hopefully send them back a very small box with just their samples. And Mary of 29 Bridges has sent us some great samples that I'll show you also. So we still have our knitwise, so we're holding onto that kind of tight. So we've got that, but we also have 29 Bridges here. So 29 Bridges is a reference to Mary's hometown, Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is iconic for its bridges, and if you're not familiar, I learned that Pittsburgh has 446 bridges. But Mary thought that was a little awkward to say, so she found a reference to 29 bridges, and that seemed to fit. And a lot of her colorways are known for Pittsburgh bridges, bridge styles, streets, or landmarks. And we're gonna view a few of these. Isn't this beautiful? Madeline just did a great job over here. So Mary got her fiber start from her mother and her grandmother, who were very resourceful and crafty. They were both accomplished sewists, and Mary learned how to knit when she was just 5. And then in college, she learned that there was a fiber arts program in art school. I went to school for a long time. I never knew that there was a program like that, or I might have gone back again. She saw the big floor looms, and she was hooked. So now for the we have this beautiful set. This is not our first pop-up with 29 Bridges. It won't be our last, but these yarns here are here for a limited time, and I'm going to show you some of them. And I also want to announce, for the very first time, I'm saying publicly, that 29 Bridges is one of the dyers for this fall's Good Vibes Tour. So Mary is the dyer that I chose for the box that, that I will be sending out from Fuzzy Goat. Our tour name this fall is called Under the Sea. She's going to be perfect, and she is dyeing colors for the secret destination. It's under the sea, but I can't say more than that. So I'll put a link up to Good Vibes so you can find out more information when that starts to come out. So that'll just be great. I just love working with Mary. So let's look at some patterns here. There is not Sport Weight Mavis. She has sent us fingering and DK and Surrey silk. So I don't even know where to start. I think I'll start with the fingering. The fingering, let me give you just another little tour here. I'll just go a little slower here. Just look at this bounty here. And then it goes both levels, the top and the bottom. And then we've got more that kind of comes around the front there. Isn't this just, it's just exquisite, this grouping. I was photographing for the website. They're live on the website now, so you can pop on over there while you're watching. And while I was looking at them even more up close for the photographing in the light box, I was like, oh, I want that one, and I want that one, and I gotta get this done so I can come over here and go shopping, but I have not shopped yet, so it's still there for you. All right, Drifter. Let's see, we've got some patterns, samples here too. This is knit by Susan, and she actually knit this in 29 Bridges. This is the 2-color Drifter, and so the pattern for the Drifter, the pattern length for Drifter is at the go-to sock base. And so let's see, we can have some fun putting together some colors here. Excuse me, I'm gonna come around here and grab 2 that look a lot like what Susan has there. Back. We can do cider and take a hike would be pretty similar to that. That would be really pretty. Oh my gosh. Look at this one here. These 2. So those would be great, but you know, and this is lovely and very muted and beautiful and suited for almost most of you. But you know me, I gotta want to use this. Look at this one here. Flaming June. And this is Partly Sunny. Put those 2 together. Drifter is also a 3-color version. Also, this is Tammy Gore's pattern, and here's 3 colors. And so let's see if we can put some 3 colors together. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this one, and this one would be really pretty. This is Dream. This is Linen. And this is Berry. That would be really pretty in a 3-color shawl. Very lovely. Okay, but maybe you wanted something blue. Let's grab some blues here. I'm gonna come back around. Oh, let's see. These are the ones I wanted here. So let's see. 3 colors for blue. Could be Tahoe, Sea Glass, and Harbor. That would be really pretty. You could also throw in Curacao if you wanted something a little not quite as dark as Harbor. That would be really pretty too. We can help you with this. We can text you photos and stuff like that, 229-236-GOAT. There is about 4, at the most, there's 4 skeins of each. So that would probably be a sweater quantity for many people. I don't think we've got sweater quantities in the DK, but we would if you did color work. And I got some notes about that. So we could also, you could also do a sweater in the fingering. Oh, so let me tell you a little bit about the fingering. Part of the reason too is because it's a very generous skein. It's 463 yards. And it has 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon. So really cool. I even like these 2 colors together, but then there's some very subtle ones too. Like, I want to mislead you with my brightness here. There's rose gold and sprout. And Mary's colors are so complicated and just layered. Like this cider it's got like a taupe color, and then the green and the yellow speckles. It's just really cool. Wait till I show you the Surrey. You won't even believe how complicated that is. But say you just want to do 1 skein. 1 skein, it's super beautiful. It's really fun. Look at this. This is cracking us up because this Madeline is in love with this one. And this is, I've never seen Madeline wear this color. But this was called Front Row. So that one, or, I think this one here, Tarocco, is just stunning. Say you fall in love with that and you're like, what am I going to do with 1 skein? I got some ideas. If you crochet, 1,000 Kisses would be great in that. This pattern would hold up to all that is going on in this skein here. And oops, my samples are going overboard. And if I do say so myself, my brand new pattern that I wrote for last fall's Good Vibe Tour is now available for everybody else. And it is called Soul Searching, and 1 skein makes this because it's loose. It goes really far. And it also is a pretty graphic pattern. It would hold up with this. These 2 would go really well together. And that's kind of why I wrote it, is I wanted, like, when you fall in love with that 1 skein of hand-dyed yarn and you don't know what to do with it, this can work for a subtle. It would be lovely in the rose gold, but it would also be equally lovely in Tarocco. And if you wanted one really close to what I'm wearing, I think this Partly Sunny is really close. This was a custom color for the Good Vibes, so whatever Mary's dyeing for Good Vibes will be custom just for that box. But this one's pretty close. This is Partly Sunny. And so those would be great. And then, oops, let me get this down here. So we've got, what else did I want to show you? Oh, we have samples from Mary too. This one here is called, this one is Meridian, and she used 4 skeins in it, 2 skeins of the blue, and then 1 each of the little stripes down here. Now, if you wanted to see if we have some other mini skeins that we could help you with these, we'd be happy to do that. This just feels really great. Mary's yarns feel fabulous as well. And this pattern is by Annie Baker. So this is Meridian. And then she has another one over here, Spectrum, by the fabulous Hokie. And this one uses 1 skein each of 2, oh, 3 skeins. 3 skeins. Look at that. This is really cool because it's got some seams that go in different ways. Isn't that fun? Yeah. Okay. Throw that back over there on her. It's not very, oh, I'll have to fix her later. Okay, so that is the go-to sock. Lots of it, probably 30 colors, 4 skeins each. That's the ones up here on the top row. Then we got the Surrey silk. That is what's really fun. I love a Surrey silk, and I will confess I like it better than a mohair. Carolina's allergic to mohair. Mohair can sometimes just be just a little bit prickly. To those people really sensitive, but the Surrey silk, Surrey from baby alpacas is really great. So I'm just gonna reach here because these I cannot wait to show you. Look just how layered and murky these look. This one here is Scotch moss, and this one here is patina. I love that patina. I might have to take one of those. So you can put these two together. I wanted to show you. So Birds of a Feather. This is an Andrea Mowry pattern, and I want to hold it up the correct way. These particular colors, these are colors that aren't dyed anymore right now. So don't pay attention to that, but to the pattern. So you use a fingering yarn in here and then a Surrey in here. So these are the same weights that we have, and we have modifications to do this. Elaine knit this beautiful sample up for us. We have modifications to do this in 1 skein of the fingering and 1 of the Surrey, and you can ask us about that when you get the yarn. So let's put some together. Oh my gosh, look at this one here. Who do you could do that with, you could do it with this one, which is Berry. This one would go with so many different ones. It would go lovely with Tahoe. And if you wanted to lighten it up, you could do it with Sprout. That would be really pretty. Let's see, I think you can actually even match too. So you could do rose gold in both and just make a really subtle, beautiful piece. You could do, I'm making a mess of this display. You could do these two together. This is linen and rose gold. Let's see what else we got over here. Oh, then there's some solids. So they're not all speckled. There's a solid here, Curacao, and we've got a Curacao fingering too, don't we? Let's see, that's Harbor. Yeah, we do. I showed it to you. Oh, here we go. Put those two together. See how the fibers take the dyes slightly different too, but cohesive. They're just so pretty. Then there's this lovely Storm, and there is a Storm fingering. I'm not going to reach all the way over and knock over the camera to get to it, but you could put those two together. But you could also use this gray with the Hoodoo U, or even the Partly Sunny. I know some of you just love those subtle grays, and this is really pretty. So that would be great. Another pattern that Alicia helped me find when she was here the other day is Chevron Cloud, and that puts two together, and that's just really pretty where you use two of the same and similar colors. So I've been showing you some subtle ones, but look at these two. Look how that would be actually a lot similar to this. These are both Flaming June, the Surrey silk and the fingering in there. And moving on to other just Surrey silk, Melissa found this one here. This is the Horai scarf. I'm not sure I'm saying it right, but it's just really pretty, and it would take 3 skeins to make it that size. Isn't that pretty? Look at that. Oh, really nice pattern in there. And of course, Melissa found us a sweater. You would hold it double, in which case you would use for, through the large size, you would use 4 skeins. And this is the Edelweiss pullover. Edelweiss always makes me think of Sound of Music. I don't know about you two. So that is the Edelweiss. And then Church Mouse has one called the polka dot scarf. And if you make it narrow, you would need 3 skeins of the Surrey silk, and wide, you would need 4. And so you could do, look at this one here. This one is Color Run. That would be really pretty. I don't know if I would do it in this one, but I might do it for this one here, my softer side, this really nice shrug. That would be great. The Surrey silk, good question, Mavis. The Surrey silk is fingering, but because it's fluffy, you know, you can kind of use it as at other gauges. Let me see if I can kind of separate out some of it here to show you. So it's technically you would probably really consider it a lace, to be truthful. You can see that there. So I would, you know, but you can consider it a fingering because of the fluff. And so like when you knit something like birds of a feather, you use the same needle for both the fingering and the Surrey silk portion of it. And it just, because the fluff kind of fills it in a little bit more. So yeah, it's just a really lovely yarn to knit with, Rita. I think you'll enjoy it. So those are those patterns for the Surrey silk, and then DK. So we have DK in almost all the same colors. So look, if you wanted to, Melissa has knit the promenade blouse, which is with a DK and a Surrey silk. And again, they use, pretty sure they use the same needle the whole time. This would be really fun, maybe more fun than many of you want. So let's find some other, because I still think you could use this color run. What if you used the color run but did it with the striped, and the stripes are kind of thick, stripes with Tahoe. That would be really fun and very summery and loose and just really happy. You could do that. You can also do with the DK. Oh, here's Mary's sample called River from Sylvia McFadden, and it used one skein each of one of Tahoe and one of linen. So you could make this exact one because we do have those colors, but you could also do it in Scotch moss and fern. You could do it in those two. And say that, oh, the drawing sweater. That was the other one I wanted to tell you about too. The drawing sweater. So I have separated for my sleeves, and I have finished my chart. I have finished my color work. It's not a complete sweater, but all the fun is over. But you could, there is enough in our DK to do a drawing sweater because you use two colors. You could also do like the Soldant. No, I know, I have to say that slow. It has lots of color work in it. So you could choose different ones. So if you want to make one wild and crazy like mine, you could use Color Run as the top, and then the body could be Tahoe. That would be super fun. You could also do, I'm loving this patina with the Tahoe, or the patina with Take a Hike at the bottom. So you could do a sweater like that, like the drawing sweater there. Thank you for your compliment, Rita. Yeah, now I've got to do the body and the arms, and all the charts are over with. So that was the tough part. And let's see, oh, Crescent City. So the only time I've written patterns is for Good Vibes. And so this was one from a previous box. Crescent City was written to work with one skein of DK. This DK has 231 yards. So this is a little short from this, but it's easy to leave off like the last section, and it would still be plenty big because you can see how big it is. And so this is Crescent City, and we've got the links to all the patterns up with the yarns. And oh, look at this one here. Oh, I just can't stop myself. Get myself rearranged here. This one is Finch, and there is a, okay, I'm gonna have to come around here because I gotta show you this with this one here. Ooh-wee. All right, here I'm back. Okay, Finch, look at this. Look how pretty that is. And Finch with Moraine. Ooh, my, this is a DK. So we would want to find a DK pattern for that. And then this one is the Taroko. You could put these two together in a sweater. That would be really pretty. But I'm loving this Surrey silk and how just layered it is. Oh, it just looks so yummy. This Finch, there is, oh, here we go. There is a Finch in the fingering if you wanted to put those two together. And you can hold these two together and make a DK. So there we have a hat pattern that Mary wrote herself, a Henry the cabled hat pattern, and it is a DK and a Surrey silk held together, and we've got some pom-poms left, and so that would be really fun too. We would love to help you put colors together. That would be really great. I think I've given you the tour and messed up the display here enough. Let's see. Oh, there's this really pretty yellow here. I gotta show you that. Look at this one here, Little Miss Sunshine. And you can see all of the colors that we have on our website. You could put Little Miss Sunshine with linen. That would make a really great birds of a feather. Or again with the Partly Sunny. It's really pretty too. Oh, that might be in my future. I told you what I'm wearing. Oh, I want to tell you about my earrings. My earrings are from Renee. Renee comes and sits in our social knitting on Thursdays, and she went to the Keys, and she brought Melissa and I back some earrings, and look, they're knitted. Aren't they fun? Melissa's are like knitted tennis rackets. They're just the funniest thing. So thank you, Renee. Donnie asks if any of them are Mr. Fuzzy Goat approved. Yes, they are. So I wonder if he's, like Carolina's allergic to mohair, I wonder if he is, and that's partly why he's prickly. But yes, he has tested these and declared them non-scratchy. Thank you for asking, and you guys are just really fun to remember that. That's what I got to show you. So I'm going to put the links up for you. The pattern links are all at the yarn pages, and thanks for watching. And we want to send you 29 bridges so that Mary just gets her samples back. That's what we hope to do with all of this. Send them to their new homes and their new projects. Thank you guys.